Welcome back, Power Scalers. Today we're diving into 10 isekai where the main character plays it cool, keeps ridiculous strength under wraps, and breaks worlds quietly. Queue up snacks, your watch list's gaining absolute monsters tonight. Kicking off with number 10, Demon Lord 2099 Reborn. In 2099 Tokyo, Demon Lord Veltal slips into a corporate neon labyrinth where magic fuses with machinery, quietly rebuilding power while masking his identity behind cyberware, aliases, and a ruthlessly calm persona. I'm a sucker for cyberpunk with sorcery, and this one delivers that late-night, neon-drenched hit. Veltal is the guy who could delete you from a ledger and a battlefield, yet orders coffee like an office intern. He knows flexing gets you audited, or worse, so the real joy is watching boardrooms and back alleys underestimate him. Those little smirks when suits talk down to some guy? Priceless. The vibe screams keep your head down, stack advantages, which feels painfully relatable whether you're grinding ranked or dodging Slack pings. When the action pops, it's crunchy. Spell work that talks to circuitry, duels under holograms, and a throne reclaimed by brains before brawn. If you love MCs who weaponize restraint, this sits perfectly in that lane. Dangerous, discreet, and devastating when it counts. Add to queue when you want cool-headed chaos, not loud fireworks. Quiet kings win long games. Sliding to number 9, Bâan, the Boundary of Adulthood. A warp gate links modern Japan and Euthania, pulling a directionless grad into a foreign land's conflict. Between worlds, he grows up fast. Learning strength doesn't always need spectacle. This short film hit me right in the what now phase of life. It's isekai, sure, but it's also that awkward step into adult choices, rent, responsibilities, and suddenly, monsters. Our lead isn't posturing. He's the kid at the party holding the door for others, then realizing he's the one keeping the storm outside. The power here reads like real adulthood. Quiet competence, fewer announcements. I love the crisp production and the way it respects your time. Tight storytelling that still breathes. UK folks with tea, Canadians with Timbits, Americans with takeout, this is perfect one-sitting comfort. You'll clock the familiar isekai beats, new land, new allies, but it's the restraint that lands. The film whispers, grow stronger, talk less, and then shows what that actually looks like. It's a mood piece with steel underneath, and I'm here for it. Landing on number 8, am I actually the strongest? Reincarnated as Heart Zenfis, a newborn discarded by royalty, he wields broken barrier magic, choosing to hide absurd strength behind a lazy smile and a please don't notice me routine. Heart is the definition of oops, all overpowered. The comedy lands because he treats world-ending threats like annoying notifications. Dismiss, dismiss, dismiss. Meanwhile, I'm yelling at the screen like, sir, your barrier just soloed physics. The show shines when his low-key solutions outclass nobles peacocking with fireworks. Also, shout out to the adorable, familiar dynamics. Petting something dangerous while staying humble is peak isekai energy. I love how the series leans into cozy daily life, school antics, family politics, without abandoning those, oh, he's terrifying reminders. If you binge at 1 a.m., this is perfect. Light tone, sneaky hype, and a protagonist who avoids attention like I avoid spoilers. The dub's fun for background during chores, sub hits when you're dialed in. Either way, Heart's please don't expose me face is the real power move. Looking at number 7, how a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom. Summoned as a hero, Kazuya Soma reforms a failing kingdom with policy, logistics, and spreadsheets, keeping his true edge brains subtle, while everyone expects flashy sword and fireball heroics. Call it spreadsheet isekai, but say it with respect. Kazuya's power isn't a nuke, it's compound interest in nation form. He hides in plain sight by acting. Competent capes, just grain quotas, diplomacy, and making bards useful again. I cackled when nobles underestimate him. Then suddenly supply chains exist and the treasury stops crying. The romance threads are sweet without overwhelming the governance plot, and the cabinet of oddballs gives cozy found family vibes. If you've ever optimized a build or speed ran errands, you'll relate. Low drama, big payoff, very Sunday afternoon productivity energy. It's proof an OP mind can be louder than magic, even when the owner stays measured, polite, and 3 moves ahead. Tuck this into your I want strategy with Heart lane, and thank me later when your inner min-maxer starts applauding. Rolling into number 6, Death March to the Parallel World Rhapsody. A tired programmer wakes in an RPG-like world as Satu, stats maxed from a starter spell. He downplays god-tier power, sightseeing and helping locals while avoiding big headlines. Satu is the chill tourist friend who could solo a raid, but chooses street food and side quests. He's literally a walking patch note, but his favorite button is, "Let's keep this casual." That restraint is the charm, saving villages, collecting recipes, and quietly rewriting boss fights into community events. The show's comfy pacing is perfect for weeknights. It's like a warm blanket with optional meteor strikes. I love the crafting, cooking, and adopt everyone. Energy, found family by way of overleveled dad friend. When he does flex, it's surgical. Clean spell work, zero bragging, back to lunch plans. People underestimate him because he lets them. Honestly, relatable. Sometimes the strongest play is to not queue for drama. If you enjoy JRPG aesthetics, travelogue arcs, and protagonists who keep the thermostat at cozy, welcome to Satu's gentle world domination. Coasting to number 5, Demon Lord Retry. Game developer Akira Ono gets transported into his own MMO as Demon Lord Kunai, masking absurd power and dangerous reputation while troubleshooting chaos with deadpan humor and frightening efficiency. Kunai walks around like customer support with world-ending tickets. He'll fix your bandit problem, patch your economy, and never raise his voice. The best gag is how everyone projects myths onto him while he's internally tracking bug reports. The dynamic with Aku? Wholesome. The world assumes evil emperor, but he keeps choosing pragmatic kindness, then obliterates threats when negotiations fail. The show wears its budget honestly, but the jokes, vibes, and character chemistry carry hard. If you're into dry humor and OP restraint, it's a snackable binge. Also, the running theme, using overwhelming force carefully, hits that fantasy of responsibility with power. He's the guy who could speedrun the plot, yet picks the route with fewer casualties and better town planning. Respect. Dropping at number 4, the 8th son? Are you kidding me? Office worker Shingo wakes as Wendelin, 8th son of a struggling noble house. He conceals immense magical talent to navigate politics, survival, and a future not dictated by birth order. Wendelin's rise is a quiet flex. He's the kid sitting in the back row, then graduates as court wizard before anyone notices the study notes were actually grimoires. What I enjoy most is the social climbing mixed with decency, making allies, avoiding petty drama, and keeping the fireworks holstered until absolutely necessary. The series gives you that level up but be polite energy. It's relatable if you've ever had skills people didn't clock until results stacked up. Yes, it's tropey, but the pacing and character beats make it an easy, satisfying watch. Grab a late snack, keep the subs on, and let the political chess roll. Watching Wendelin downplay while quietly drafting his future is the core appeal. Less roar, more results. Swinging into number 3. Problem children are coming from another world, aren't they? 3 gifted delinquents are summoned to Little Garden, entering high-stakes gift games. Azeoi's power is absurd, but he toys with opponents, masking depth behind smug grins and casual challenges. This is the "I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me" of Isekai attitude. Izayoi treats reality like a playground and still somehow holds back. The group chemistry slaps, sharp banter, clever matchups, and that delicious moment when an enemy realizes the kid was nerfing himself for entertainment. The show's structure, game after game, keeps momentum high without sacrificing world lore. It's got that crunchy early 2010s charm, bold concepts, tidy arcs, and a lead who weaponizes nonchalance like it's a stat. If you crave kinetic set pieces with brainy twists, this one scratches the itch. Also, shout out to the soundtrack for adding swagger without drowning scenes. It's energy drink storytelling, zippy, confident, and fun to revisit when you need a power fantasy with style. Charging into number 2, That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime Office Worker. Satoru dies and reincarnates as Slime Rimuru, stacking skills and alliances, often hiding true strength to keep diplomacy first while building a nation from nothing. Rimuru is everyone's favorite friendly neighbor who casually negotiated peace, open trade, and could delete you by inhaling. The thrill is the balance. Cozy town building, goofy friends, then sudden surgical annihilation when lines are crossed. It's the best, please be reasonable, I'm begging you protagonist energy. UK cuppa, Canadian coffee, American soda, whatever's fueling your binge, this show pairs perfectly. The political arc turns OP into responsibility, and that's why Rimuru's restraint lands. Power used thoughtfully is exponentially cooler than constant flexing. The side characters shine too, making Tempest feel like a real place you'd want to visit, preferably on Rimuru's good side. If you love big heart plus bigger numbers, this sits permanently in the rotation. Crowning number 1, In Another World with My Smartphone. After a divine mistake, Tuya receives a supercharged smartphone and blessings, coasting through a fantasy world while downplaying ridiculous versatility, solving disasters politely, and letting results talk louder than bragging. Tuya's vibe is customer service angel with admin permissions. He'll fix your weather, your walls, your war, then apologize for the inconvenience. The chill tone is the appeal. Episodic adventures, comfy humor, and a lead who never needs to peacock because everything just works. It's wish fulfillment leaning wholesome. And yes, the harem elements are present but rarely overbearing. What keeps me watching is the competence fantasy delivered with a smile. He hides in the open, not secret identity, but emotional low volume. If you want something that won't spike your heart rate, yet still serves satisfying payoffs, this is perfect background to binge glue. And the best part? Seeing people underestimate polite boys, then watching those same boys rearrange reality and still hold the door open. Polite menace supremacy. All right, legends, drop your favorite hidden power moment in the comments and tell me which series deserves a full deep dive next. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss uploads. Share this with your anime crew across Discord and group chats. Thanks for hanging out. Stay hydrated, stay kind, and keep binging tonight.